So I'm finally heading to the airport right now. It's actually my first trip since the lockdown, and I wouldn't say I'm excited, but at the same time I'm nervous because I'm anyways wearing my whole PPE kit and making sure that everything is sanitized and making sure I've carried everything because my bag is really heavy, and in a situation like that I don't know what I might need at any given time. I just wish the PPE kits had some pockets, and considering it's really hot right now, so it's not helping any which ways. So far the check-in has been fabulous, and yeah, it's been pretty smooth. Got the boarding pass very fast. There was no line, there was nothing, everything was smooth. But one thing I realized, people don't actually keep their distance, so there was someone just moving around me. But so now I'm going to go through the security check. It actually feels weird coming to the airport after so many months, and I wouldn't say it's empty because it's pretty packed. So I've actually finished security check, and that was smooth as well. I think I just lucked out because the guy's side was really packed, and so far everything has been smooth. And there are quite a lot of people, and shopping seems like the most amazing thing out here. So yeah. So before reaching the check-in, I have to say this, that you need your Arodhya Setu app, you need your ticket boarding pass in bold printed so that the barcode could be scanned, and your ID, and your ID has to be matching your face, so you have to take your mask off and show it at the security, and then get into the airport. And once you get into the airport, at the check-in counter, they only need your ticket with the barcode, and the rest is the same procedure, and they do charge for excess luggage. I always carry excess luggage for some strange reason, and the security check is the same. Just no one keeps a one-arm distance, so make sure you go to the line which has the least amount of people. That's what I did. That was easy. So finally everything's done, the security check, the clearance. There are so many people around me, and yes, I've got my mask off is because there's no one around me, and my hot cup of coffee. So far it's been great, I must say. I was quite nervous traveling to the airport, but yes, you have to be you have to take precautions when you're moving around, because there are people who are still banging into you, they're crisscrossing, and there's so much going on. It's shocking that there are so many people at the airport. I thought it's going to be dead empty. So far it's been great. I think the biggest test is sitting in that aircraft, because it's quite claustrophobic wearing your mask throughout. Like I almost got breathless after walking through security. I guess this is the only time that I will be moving around without my mask, because once I get into the aircraft, I'll have to be wearing this throughout. So try and breathe as much as I can, because honestly speaking, it's really hot. The air conditions have been switched off. I'm wearing my PPE. I'm wearing the least amount of clothes inside me, light clothes, but it's still so hot. Everything so far has been smooth, I must say, and there are a lot of people. As everyone said, it's quite dead empty. I think a lot of people are traveling, and since it's the international airport, I presume so. So all ready to start boarding. So finally we are all boarding.
Oh. What's today's content here?
Today's content is how well we are traveling.
Ciao ladies and gentlemen, whoever is watching us.
So once I get into the aircraft right now, I'm trying to sanitize my seat, even though I'm sure the airline has done that. So let's hope it's clean. So finally on board, all ready to take off. And hi, looks. Hello. Hi.
Good to be here, no?
I know.
आपकी कुर्सी के नीचे या कुर्सी के बगल में एक
There's one thing I noticed is no one maintains social distancing out here. It's like you have to skip people out here to save yourself. And yeah, I think that's one thing that people need to do, social distancing. And I'm fed up of telling people to move aside. So actually, fittings just got done. It was really, really fast with Warren. And my girlfriends are here. That's Carol and that's Vicky. And yeah, so we're gonna go for rehearsals and hopefully it goes well. So the distancing has been great in Hyderabad airport. It was much better than in Mumbai. And so far it's been smooth again. Let's get inside and check it out. So I've done security check. Obviously I was stopped because I had my battery pack that looks like a box. And everything was smooth, but everyone was just taking their own sweet time. So far it's been great. Now I'm just going to grab a cup of coffee and keep my social distancing. And people out here are pretty much aware of what's happening around, so they are keeping their distance. So yeah, going to security and I'm having my cup of coffee and just waiting to board my flight. So finally I made it into the aircraft and I must say that it's quite a full-packed flight. But can't wait to get back home. And so far the travel journey is a little tedious with the social distancing, but it was great traveling after a very long time. So finally I traveled for the first time back and forth, and all I have to say is it felt great traveling for sure, but traveling with the mask and PPE and safety and sanitizing and social distancing wasn't easy. There were times I was really breathless, and especially when I landed, because the drive from the aircraft to the baggage conveyor belt was so long that I was so breathless I actually thought I was going to faint. Considering it was a short flight from Hyderabad to Mumbai, I was quite famished, and traveling is not the same. But it was a good experience, and I think once you get the hang of it, all you have to do is keep yourself safe, and there has to be social distancing, and you have to wear the gears as required by the airline. So far the journey has been great, quite tedious, but it was my first trip after isolation and the quarantine situation. So I was thankful that I got to travel, and yeah, so good luck to everyone who's traveling. And I mentioned everything as per the protocol and as per the travelers are supposed to do. You need your Arodhya Setu, you need your ID, you need your ticket, and especially in Mumbai, if you're landing, you will be quarantined for 14 days, so keep that in mind. Hopefully over the period of time it might change. So thank you for watching, guys, and stay safe.